Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. I'm here on vacation and I read my bi-yearly book. Shout out to Bald Book Geek. Um, I don't have the sort of patience or mental fortitude to read in the past, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. So I rarely read. It's probably once every other year at this point, or maybe once a year if I'm lucky. When I go on vacation, I try to kind of let everything go on the outside, work, etc., and I pick up a book. And I just finished Veronika Decides to Die. I'm outside in Florida, so excuse the noise and the driving and stuff, but I figured this was a little nicer. Veronika Decides to Die by Paulo Coelho, who you may know from The Alchemist, which is one of my favorite books. He also wrote another one that I read years ago on vacation, The Valkyries, which I really enjoyed, and I hope to read more of his work. So I also watched the movie, so this is going to be a dual review of the book and the movie. The book is much better than the film, which is usually the case. It's about this woman, Veronika, obviously, that's mentioned on the cover, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I am going to talk about the first sort of chapter. Veronika decides to kill herself. She takes a bottle of sleeping pills and then starts web browsing and looking at articles. And one of the articles she comes across is, I want to say it's about the capital of Slovenia or something. And instead of writing a suicide note to her family, telling her she that she loves them and she's going to miss them and whatever she has going on, she decides to wax poetic about this stupid article about Slovenia or whatever. And the other thing is she's depressed, but she's also seemed like she's sort of encountered everything and she's bored. So that's why she's killing herself. She's 24, she's met men and dated and been through the world and worked and whatever, and she sort of just seems numbed, in my opinion, to everything else or wanting to make new experiences, which is why she does this. She ends up in a mental institution after she wakes from her sleeping pill coma, and they're giving her medications, and they pretty much tell her right out of the gate, listen, you hurt your heart so much with all this medication that you have about a week to live, and you're going to just have a heart attack and pass away because you did too much damage to yourself. So the book, I'll probably talk about the book first and then I'll go into the movie briefly, but the book is a journey of her sort of introspectively figuring things out, meeting people at the mental institution that she's in now. There's a woman named Zedka or Zvedka, another woman named Mary or Marie, I think it is, Mari, and a guy named Edward. Those are the kind of three other people in the book that she befriends and things happen with. She starts getting feelings for, and she starts to appreciate, I guess, life now knowing, hey, I only have a week to live. That's sort of the crux of the story. It was interesting. It shedded light on the three other characters in the book and what they went through and why they ended up at the mental institution, why the institution is the way it is, and Dr. Igor, who is the main doctor there, and what he is doing and how he's trying to run the facility. The book ends with a little bit of a twist, which I really enjoyed, and I thought that overall it was interesting, and just like Paulo Coelho always does, he makes you feel like you can relate to things in the book and sort of try and take something away from it to better yourself, which is kind of his MO so far in the books that I've read that he's written. So I really enjoyed it. It was a quick read at about 210 pages, so it wasn't like overly lengthy or wordy or crazy. I would recommend it. I thought it was very good. Now, if you were to say the movie, which stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's obviously truncated. Excuse me. It's an hour-and-a-half film, and it tries to hit some of the points, but because it's truncated and quicker, it misses that nuance that the book has that makes you feel for the characters, that gives you the backstory of the characters. All of that's pretty much missing. There are other things in the book that are changed in the movie that are changed. In the book, she's in some kind of European country, and she talks a lot about Europe and statues and these poets. That's all gone. She's in New York now, I think in Hudson Harbor or something. And it just, you can't relate as much. There isn't as much going on it isn't as deep or interesting. There's a relationship she has with one of the characters in the book that was very interesting and deep, and because she's dying and she has about a week to live, she's becoming very self-introspective. That didn't really come across as well, I felt, in the movie. The movie was okay. If you were to say, give me a review on, a rating on the movie and the book I would give about an 8. I really liked it, and the movie I'll give about 4 or 5. It was just all right. Definitely read the book. The movie you could pass on. If you love the book and you want to see something else with the movie, then maybe check the movie out. But they call it Girl Interrupted meets The Catcher in the Rye. And I haven't seen all of Girl Interrupted. I do know of it, but I would say that's probably a pretty good way to label this. Check it out. It's good. It'll make you think a little bit, as Paulo Coehlo always does. I enjoyed it. Let me know, guys, if you've read or even seen the film Veronika Decides to Die. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.